But what we don't talk about is, Canelo. Steroids. Y'all don't talk about that. Well, come on, man, that kid was the cakewalk.
You know, nigga wrong. Canelo always has had a problem with boxing. He always struggles when he fights a boxer. Anybody knows that if you a boxer take a punch, you gonna give him a hard time. Bud is not one of these guys that's gonna quit.
Crawford soundly defeating Canelo Alvarez. We thought that maybe he could have won by even a further margin on the scorecards. He gets it done unanimously. Teddy, can you put into words what we just saw from Terence Crawford?
Well, the only thing I wonder is if Crawford was born and made in a laboratory.
Floyd Mayweather wasted no time mocking Canelo Alvarez after his defeat to Terence Crawford. He claimed Canelo is no longer the fighter he once was and argued that his career has always been overrated. Mayweather even revealed that he had full confidence in Crawford from the start, backing it up with a massive bet that paid off handsomely. An X account shared the betting slip, writing, "Looks like Floyd Mayweather walked away with a bag after wagering $50,000 on Crawford to beat Canelo." Despite the loss, Canelo carried himself with dignity and composure. He praised Crawford's skill, acknowledging that the victory was well-earned. Yet he made it clear he isn't finished. Physically strong and mentally determined, Canelo expressed his willingness to face Crawford again, proving that his pride and competitive spirit remain unshaken.
I can say to him, I feel great to share the ring with great fighters like him. And if we do it again, it's gonna be great. But you know what? I'm glad to share that.
Ryan Garcia also reacted to Crawford's dominant win, showering him with praise. He tweeted, "I actually believe Crawford may be the best fighter of all time." Garcia explained that Crawford's performance showcased not only elite skills, but also a champion's mindset. For Ryan, this victory elevated Crawford into legendary status, the kind of greatness rarely witnessed in boxing. Veteran trainer and analyst Teddy Atlas echoed that view, comparing Canelo's defeat to his earlier loss against Floyd Mayweather. Atlas pointed out that Canelo has always struggled against faster, sharper fighters, citing weaknesses in his footwork and hand speed. He argued that Crawford, even after a year of inactivity, exposed those same flaws with timing and movement that neutralized Canelo's power, much like Mayweather once did. For Atlas, this fight confirmed Canelo's limitations against elite technical boxers, while adding another historic chapter to Crawford's growing legacy.
From the beginning, that if you go back, and I know it was a lot of years ago, I get it, but you have to have something to point at. If you go back to when he lost his first fight, of course, Canelo I'm talking about, to Mayweather, it wasn't just that his hands were too slow, his feet were too slow. And he's in there with a guy with quick feet and quicker hands. You know what? It doesn't matter how big he is. What did Ali say? Your hands cannot hit what your eyes cannot see. That was tonight. It was great.
Let's put some context on this.
It was great.
Let's put some context on this victory first. A year out of the ring. I think it was like 13 some odd months out of the ring, okay?
Yeah, really.
Yeah, 2 weight classes. Think about that.
Yep.
He had surgery early at the beginning of the year. Surgery on the shoulder surgery, right? Not sure which one. And to come in here and to put on that type of performance against Canelo that actually is coming off a performance, right? You expected Canelo to be sharp. He was sharp. However, what Crawford did was he took the air out of the ball.
Yep.
He used this. That's what boxing's about, people. It's about this. Strategy. That's what he had. He used his feet. He understood Canelo every single movement. That's why Canelo couldn't land any shots on him. He knew it was coming. He knew that the looping right hand was going to come from the southpaw position. So what did he do? Hold the phone. He knew that the hook to the body was going to come. What did he do? Block, and he shot up with counters.
One of his great assets that we don't hear about enough. One of those things that are not so easily as immeasurable on paper, but it's eyes, vision.
Focus.
We know the physical ones we talk about and we understand so easily. Speed, power, quickness, legs, all that stuff. But eyes, radar. This guy's got infrared.
Sports journalist Ariel Helwani quickly broke the news on social media, posting the official scores. Terence Crawford defeats Canelo Alvarez via UD 116-112, 115-113, 115-113. The unanimous decision confirmed what many fans already felt. Crawford was the superior fighter throughout the night. The close but clear scores highlighted his control and discipline across the rounds. Helwani's updates spread instantly, cementing the fight as a historic moment. Rising star Teofimo Lopez also weighed in, praising Crawford's achievement. He called it a fight between two of the best in the world and insisted that the right man won. Lopez even placed Crawford in the top 10 all-time greats, citing his composure, style, and flawless execution. Coming from an active world champion, that praise underscored just how significant Crawford's victory is within the boxing community.
In terms of his prime, how can you gauge it?
Doesn't matter. We saw a great fight tonight, did we not? That's all that matters. Two guys risked it, and the better man won tonight. That was Crawford.
Terence got it right. Is there no need for a rematch, or do you want to see running back? Because it was pretty good, like you said.
No, it was pretty, it was really good, actually.
Yeah.
So it's up to the jam. He's a jam. He can do whatever he wants.
What do you think happens with Canelo next after this?
What happens to Canelo after this? It don't matter. He's made a big statement for not only Mexico or the pride of Mexico, but for all Latinos right there. So he's done a great job for himself, man. Nevertheless, Crawford is on his way, continuing to create greatness.
Mentally.
What's up?
You fought it for Crawford earlier. What did you see to make him fall like that?
I know boxing. I just know stylistically. I've been in the gym with I've shared the ring with Canelo, and then I see that. So
they were saying that if he beats Canelo, it could put him as even the greatest of all time. What does that put him in the all-time list, man?
At least top 10.
At least
top 10 or top 15, easily. You know, there's guys that we may not know of or heard of, like Henry Armstrong. Simultaneously, he was 3 divisions carrying all 3 weight divisions at the same time.
Which performance was better? I don't like to compare them, but Crawford or Mayweather's over Canelo. Like it's just different.
It's just different styles, different looks. You know.
At the post-fight press conference, Canelo was asked to compare his experiences against Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford. His answer immediately sparked headlines. Canelo admitted that Crawford impressed him more, especially in the later championship rounds where precision and control matter most. He went further, boldly stating, "I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather." That remark not only praised Crawford's performance, but also fueled debate among fans and pundits about how the two legends truly compare in the sports history books.
In the world of comparisons that we live in right now, if you can, compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence Bud Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
With the loss, speculation about Canelo's future has begun to grow. His demeanor and comments suggested he may be weighing retirement, especially as Crawford's victory has shifted boxing's spotlight. Analysts described the fight as one where Crawford schooled Canelo, using superior ring intelligence and adaptability to seize control and capture the belts. For Crawford, the victory is already being etched into history as one of the defining wins of this generation, solidifying his place as the face of modern boxing. For Canelo, however, it raises questions about whether his long era at the top has finally come to an end.
Was going to create history. I told you guys this before he fought Sean Porter. I said that Terence Bud Crawford can beat first ballot Hall of Famer and superstar and legend Canelo Alvarez. I've been saying this for years, that Terence Crawford can beat Canelo Alvarez. And tonight, he did just that. He did just that. Not only did he beat Canelo Alvarez tonight, but he arguably retired Canelo Alvarez, who after the fight, Canelo Alvarez stated that he's done everything that he needed to do in the sport of boxing. When asked to he want a rematch with Terence Bud Crawford, Canelo Alvarez said, "It's no need." He gave no indications of a rematch. And Canelo Alvarez stated that he's a Hall of Famer, he's a winner, just being there made him a winner, right? And he stated that he's done everything he needed to do in the sport of boxing. That's what he said. Canelo Alvarez got schooled once again. I told you guys, styles make fights. this style, this particular style of boxers and counterpunchers and movers has historically given Canelo Alvarez problems. And as I told you guys, right? Terence Crawford can fight any which way he chooses to fight. He's just that much more versatile. And everybody didn't believe me. They said I was tripping. Canelo was too big. He gonna knock out Terence Crawford, right? He too big, too strong. Terence Crawford get hit. Terence Crawford don't box, don't move. And I told you guys, when Terence Crawford wants to move and wants to box, right, he can. And he would, right? And guess what? Terence Crawford, I told you guys, when he fought the likes of Victor Postol, right? Y'all said that, oh, he don't move that much. I said, did you look at his fight with Victor Postol? Did you look at his fight with Jose Benavidez? Yeah, well, those guys ain't Canelo Alvarez. And I told you guys, it doesn't matter if they're Canelo Alvarez. It's about Terence Crawford's abilities to be able to maneuver around and box in every which manner he so chooses. If he wants to incorporate that style that he boxes and moves, he could. And what did he do tonight? I said Terence Crawford could fight at every level. Didn't I tell you guys that? I said Terence Crawford can fight in mid-range. He could fight on the outside. He could fight on the inside. Canelo Alvarez cannot. Y'all asked me, why aren't you talking about what Canelo Alvarez could do great? And I told you, because we know what Canelo Alvarez is going to do. He's going to fight. He's consistent in who he is and how he fights. Period. I told you guys that.